this is Elise Davis, and this is my picture in ecologist project. So, for this project, I did Diane Fossey, and she was most known for her conservationist ideas and studies of mountain gorilla groups, specifically in Africa. So, for her personal life, Diane Fossey was born in 1962 in California near San Diego. Her parents divorced when she was pretty young, and she had an extremely strict family life growing up. And her first experience with animals was when she joined the equestrian team as a kid. And for her professional life, Diane Fossey studied veterinary medicine at UC Davis, but later transferred and graduated with her undergrad in occupational therapy. And this reportedly was because she struggled at UC Davis with chemistry and physics. And she worked as an occupational therapist for a little bit, but during this job, she was offered a trip to Africa, which sparked her ecology career. And after a few trips to Africa, she became an assistant to Jane Goodall during a trip to Tanzania. And for over 20 years, she lived in the mountains with the gorillas that she was working to protect. And during these 20 years, she wrote over 30 scientific papers, the most notable of which is Gorillas in the Mist. The impact of Diane Fossey's work was insurmountable. It was massive. And so Fossey was pioneering in her field, and she fought for the establishment of dedicated ranger patrols in order to protect the animals that she lived with. And despite financial and political challenges that came with working in a different continent, Fossey worked to prevent gorilla extinction. And her choice to live among the animals was controversial, and it made her enemies in other countries, most notably Rwanda. And in 1978, Fossey founded the Digit Fund, which was named after one of her gorillas that was brutally poached. And this fund gave financial support to ranger patrols in the area in order to prevent further poaching in that area. And after Fossey's tragic death, her legacy lives through a new spark of modern African environmentalism, the Digit Fund, which she created, and also the Gorilla Organization, which was founded after her death and was inspired by the Digit Fund. And on this slide, I added the bottom picture is a photo of where she lived. That was her house when she was working there, and I just thought that was really cool. And so why Fossey? Fossey was revolutionary in the way that she went about environmental activism and also her impact. And she was very fierce in the way that she worked to protect animals, and I think that should be recognized by everyone. Fossey and her team were detained several times during their stays in Africa, and this was mostly due to civil unrest in the countries that she was staying in. But regardless of this, Fossey continued to pursue her activism, and Fossey did pass away. She was murdered while she was working with the animals, and even with this, her legacy continues to live on, and there are several other publications that have come out with her name being the main inspiration. And even though she's passed away, her legacy has been largely impactful to environmental activism in Africa. So, yeah, and that's it. These are my research resources and my photo slide sources. So, thank you.